We have a decibel chart here. This is normal noise ratings. This is the way noise is measured everywhere. Looking at like the level of jackhammer and airplane and gunshot, and how about engine brakes on a tractor trailer truck with no muffler, unmuffled engine brakes, because that's about the sound level you're going to see here or here. And don't be doing this on your phone. You need a computer with big speakers so you get the full effect of what this sounds like. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of early in the morning, but I mean, people should already be awake. But I mean, maybe they're having breakfast or something. But I mean, my God, they just spit their orange juice out when they drove by like that. And then 2 weeks prior, same truck, different wheels. Friday, February 13th. I don't know. Bad low day. So again, we're like, sitting here in our homes and having to deal with gunshot level noises, jackhammer, race truck engine. I don't know. I mean, why is it that this little truck can do this, but you go ask a truck driver, a real truck driver for an 18-wheeler, can he jerk off his engine brakes anytime he wants to, anywhere he wants to? Here's the truck. Who's driving that truck? Yeah, that's what we need. We need to talk to this guy's parents. I thought I was finished when I made those 3 clips, and turns out while I'm doing that, the same truck even comes by. What is it? Saturday night, March the 6th, which was the first one was the first in this 3 series clip was March the 4th, Wednesday. So at about 7:30 a.m. But now it's like 9:11 p.m. and same truck. So let's to round this out. Let's watch that 4th clip. Well, looky here. A face to go with the voice. I got a couple of things to say. A message to the drivers. Personal message, my personal message to the drivers. And it's I'm not sure what you think about what's going through your mind when you're doing the driving up and down the street. Okay, that's one thing to work. The other thing is, what do you think about me making little video clips of this and not coming out directly? And, because it looks like you're trying, to me, it looks like you're trying to instigate a confrontation. It looks like you're trying to drive somebody to the point of last resort of to come out and confront you or hunt you down or something like that. And I'm telling you what, I wouldn't blame any man up and down the street for losing it, finally having it up to here, having enough of it, hunting you down, putting bullet holes in your windshield, in your side window, in your head. I wouldn't blame him one bit. I would actually want to come to his defense and say, hey, this is self-defense, stand his ground. And he was driven to it by the repeated traumatic noises of this unnecessary, over-the-top, 140 decibel level noises. But you see, the thing is, I'm not going to do that personally because I don't want to go to prison. That's the way it turns out. I go out and I look you up. I turn into the guy that it gets prosecuted for or harassing you, which is a complete reversal of roles, because the reality is I'm sitting here in my home stationary, and you drive by, make your noise, and run off at the same time like a little coward. That's what I think of your character, really. And you make your noise, and people aren't even watching, so they don't even see They have to get cameras to finally find out which vehicle did that and look back in the camera history. And so now we're knowing who's doing it. And from there, we want to say, hey, look, if you keep it up, I wouldn't blame somebody, like I said, from hunting you down. Even though we're not in the Wild West, men are men. And they have a natural instinct to stand their ground and do self-defense and defend others weaker than themselves. That's the duty of a man, okay? And when he does those things, that's normal behavior for a man. We live in a system now where we're subjugated to the law and police. Everyone is supposed to be subjugated to that. That's the system we live under. So to operate in that system and yourself not go to prison, you have to stop right there for a second. I'm going to explain that I'm not here supporting the system we live as subjects under. I'm just explaining it to you in a way that it probably has not been explained to you. They tell you you live as a citizen. They're lying to you. You live as a subject in a prison industrial complex. We all do. So if I go out and try to defend myself or defend others, or if anyone up and down the street goes out and decides to be a real man doing what a natural man should do, he gets possibly at risk of being charged with harassment, or worse if it escalates from simple harassment. So even though it is born of self-defense, it still could be turned around and made to look like harassment. I've explained that already, but let's get back to the video. Just saying, I don't support that system, but you got to live under that system in such that you don't go to prison yourself. Back to the video. To make sure you don't go out breaking a bunch of laws. And you have to make sure it doesn't get turned around where even though if you're self-defending yourself, it doesn't look like you're the one breaking law, even though your acts are basically born out of self-defense. And there's one particular driver that's upped his frequency a good bit lately. I mean, he never has really stopped, but he's gotten a little worse lately. He drives a black truck. So lest you think that my compilation of video here is picking on this white truck driver who's a student at the high school, very young person. There's the one that drives a black pickup, a Z71 that's squat with a CB antenna and orange writing on the back. And this driver knows I know his name, and I know he knows I know who he is. And I'm talking to him in particular, but this could apply to any driver that wants to continue to do this. Is I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, somebody blows your head off. And I'm not going to do it, but I'm just going to say, if you're suicidal, keep it up.